We're starting this walkthrough of price management from the onboarding process. You'll see that this process feels similar to the onboarding process that consumer smartphones follow when the experience is new to the user, walking them step by step through the choices they need to make prior to using their device. This first screen is asking us to choose the printer connection type that we want to use. We'll select Bluetooth from the list, and we're now asked to enter the serial number. In the animated graphic, we see a hint of where this can be found, and I have the option to either scan or manually type that number into the cell. I'll scan the barcode for the serial number. It displays in the field for a split second, and I'm automatically taken to the next step in the onboarding, choosing my media type. This is a label printer, so I'll select that option from the list with a tap, and I'm taken to the label style screen, where I'm able to choose the style of media roll in the printer with a tap of my finger. Now I'm at the final step of the onboarding, where I'm asked to give this printer a friendly name for easy identification later. I give it a name and complete the onboarding by tapping the done or check symbol. I'm then taken to a screen where I can either opt to add additional printers, repeating the process I just performed, or I can get right to work by selecting Let's Go. I only need one printer for this job I'm going to be doing, so I continue on with a tap and I'm taken to the list of tasks. I can see the friendly name that the business team has given each task, what department the task resides in the icon, the number of price changes that need to be performed in each task on the far right, and with the red triangle on the left, the system is indicating which tasks are high priority. These tasks are also ordered within the list from the highest priority to the lowest, based on the weighted value given to the task by the business team or automated intelligence. I'm going to randomly select a task with a tap, and I'm now presented with the item level details for that task. The title tells me the name of the item. Right below that, I see the barcode number and the price for that item. On the right, I see the values for quantity on hand and quantity, and the icon on the left is telling me what the style is for that item. In this case, they are all markdowns. At this point, I find the first item in my list and scan the barcode. The app gives me a positive bing and a visual confirmation that this is the correct item, and I'm presented with the ability to change the quantity from the default of 1. Based on my count, I see that there are 2 of these items, so I tap the number 2 and press the print button in the lower right hand corner. I'm presented with a screen letting me know that the print job is being sent to the printer that I've got on my belt, and I rip the label off and adhere it to the item. If by some chance the print job did not come out correctly, we have the ability to reprint in the upper right hand corner, but my print job went fine, so I tap Done. The screen refreshes and I can see now that the price change I just performed is now at the bottom of the list and fades to the background as a completed task. I scan the next item, but this time there wasn't a match and there isn't a price change for this item, so I get an audible negative bing and a short visual notification, which returns me back to my list of items. This time I scan the right item, change the quantity, tap the print button, adhere the label, and tap the Done button. I do this a few more times, and as I complete each item, you see it move to the bottom of the list and it fades to the background. On completing the final item in my task by tapping the Done button, instead of returning to the list, I see a visual indication that the task has been completed. Hear my positive audible bing, and I'm returned to the task list, where if I scroll down, I see the task that I just completed has been added to the bottom of the list, and it has faded to the background. At this point, I want to show you the settings area for the printers that I've associated with this device. So I open up the drawer, see all the other modules installed on this device, and navigate down to Settings. Tap Printers, and here I see the printer I set up during my initial onboarding. From here, I can add new printers, edit the details of this printer, or delete the printer from the device. We streamlined the setup and onboarding process, and I have efficiently performed a price change task for this base level experience. With spots reserved for the addition of smart sensing, real-time optimization, and gamification capabilities, we're just getting started in creating the ultimate pricing experience. In the culture tracking process, we start our story with a cart full of cultures that have been delivered to the ID station where Petri dishes receive their tracking tags. Above the ID station is an antenna to identify the operator giving these cultures an ID. The operator is provided with a PC running the Identity Station application with an RFID printer and scanning pad. The operator starts by entering the manufacturer ID. By default, the application remembers the last value, so the operator presses the Submit button, selects a Petri dish from the cart, and performs any needed tasks on the culture. While they are doing this, the system is encoding and printing the culture ID tag. The culture, which is on the scanning pad, now receives its printed RFID tag. The system scans the tag and validates the process is complete, and the operator moves the culture to an awaiting tray and repeats the process with the next culture. Once a tray is filled, an operator places the tray into the sterilization equipment, where another antenna detects the presence of the cultures as well as the operator logging that activity along with the time and date. In the application you're seeing here, we are tracking the progress of a single culture, and you'll see how the status changes over time. Our cultures are now ready for transport to the EML. They are loaded onto a cart and placed on a truck. Again, an antenna records this activity and logs the cultures and operator as they pass through this area and give them a departure time-date stamp. Upon arrival at the EML, the cultures are taken off the truck and another antenna logs the arrival activity. The rack is taken to an incubation prep area, where an antenna logs the presence of the cultures and the operator, giving this activity a time-date stamp. The cultures are transferred to an incubation tray and placed into incubation, where again we have an antenna logging the activity. Once incubation is complete, the rack is taken to a plate testing station, where an operator performs their test. In this case, the operator found a positive result and places the culture on the green scanning pad. When the scanning pad detects the presence of a culture, it logs this activity in its record. The cultures are now placed into their matching red or green carts for disposal or next steps, and the activity is logged as the cart leaves the plate testing area. The result is an end-to-end activity log for each culture going through the process, tracking who handles the culture, doing what task at what point in time, and what the end result of the test was. A simple, accurate, and exceptional Zebra experience.